Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another bonus edition of MidRank Madness. This is a Patreon cast, which means one of these players is pledged to Falcon Paladin at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for $10 a month, and at that level I will cast one of your games every single month. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Cotolay. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Wartorn from Onward. So it's a blue versus red TBT sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of patron. So definitely want to get this thing cast. Should be a good one. I mean, these players have one cast a month they want me to put here on the channel, so it's going to be a good one, is what I have understood. And yes, it is a bit of a shorter cast. I did go ahead and it's obvious I didn't use the spoiler ending on this one, and that's pretty obvious. All right, refinery out of both of these players, barracks out of Cotolay, and a bit of a proxy barracks here out of Wartorn. I'm not entirely sure which one of these is my patron, but I'm not entirely sure that matters at this point. Let's see, scouting with the SCV is Cotolay. Let's see if he can spot this barracks. And nah, he's not even going to get close to spotting that barracks. Going to come down, and what he's going to see is a lack of barracks back at home for his opponent. He does have double supply depot at the top of his ramp, actually triple supply depot, so now he can't get in, but that alone should make him suspicious that something's going on. Is that messing with his, I think it's messing with his AI. The SCV is like, I can't get in the main. I don't know how I know that, but I do, and now bonk. That's as close as I can get right there. That's so funny. Double gas, too, for Wartorn. What are you doing, man? Are you... there's a factory. Is he rushing BCs? This feels like it could be a BC rush or possibly a factory rush. Either way, Cotolay knows what's going on here. Actually, I didn't get their names up, did I? There are the names in the top right. And he's going to check this. Is that a Protoss? It looks like a Zealot that's dead on the ground, doesn't it? Really does, with his bones sticking out there. It's cold out here, man. It will kill you. Expansion on the way from Cotolay. I don't know, man. I don't know if you want an expansion here when your opponent is doing something crazy. Probably, I'd recommend sticking on one base, but he is making Marines. He's getting a factory of his own. And I really want to see what happens here. Barracks is making a reactor, which he could swap on over to that factory here in just a minute or so and start double pumping those cyclones, which it very easily could be here. So factory hanging out. It is waiting for the reactor to be... oh, and it's going to switch onto the tech lab. Yeah, so Barracks built a tech lab first of all. Making a starport. Okay, what is going on? All right, factory is going to make a tank. Okay, so tank, barracks making a reactor, and now starport's coming in here as well. I don't know what this is, like a tank liberator push? That actually sounds kind of interesting. I would be okay with a tank liberator push. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a TVT. Not that I cast many of these. Not that I cast many TVTs, but that would be, I think it'd be pretty effective, honestly. Like tank set up here, liberator, and then just kind of leapfrog, right? Tank inside the circle. Liberator moves into where the tank is defending, and you can get some good damage done. So we'll see if this is a hold or if this is successful. It's basically cheese. I mean, it's not incredibly cheesy. There's a whole starport here. It's not a BC rush. So we do have a tank that's done, a Widowmine that's on the way, a medevac coming in, and Marines. So it's just going to be a Marine tank medevac drop here at about the 4-minute mark, I think is what we're looking at here. So that's going to be good. It's going to be good. Cotolay has a factory with a tech lab, not making a tank yet, and a starport. We're not doing much with that either. Double gas there inside his main base. Bunker finishing at the front door, and making a tech lab on his starport. Is he going to make a Banshee? That'd be pretty good against what we're seeing here. So medevac's out. We can lift. We can load in the Marines. Don't have room for the Widowmine, unfortunately, but going to move out anyway. We're just going to go tank Marine, set up here inside the main base. Surprise! Surprise! There's a tank here, and there are 4 Marines with medevac support shelling your mineral line. Cotolay, get out of there, man. It reminds me of Frito-Lay. Gonna call him Frito. Frito-Lay forcing a liftoff on that orbital command inside the main base. Tank has 3 kills already. Marines trying to knock down that orbital command. They don't have stim or anything, do they? Nah, they don't. A cyclone coming out for Cotolay. Is he just gonna give this up? I think he's kind of giving up here, which is really an odd decision. Tank going after engineering bay. You might want to... reinforcements are here. More Marines and a Widowmine. Widowmine's going to set itself up to basically at the top of this ramp. So if Wartorn decides to come up this ramp and try to defend, he's going to get hit by a Widowmine, which is bad news. It's a planetary fortress at the natural base, which is fine. So it's 1 base to 1 base, 25 to 22 harvesters. Wartorn has a tiny bit of a lead. Cotolay needs to lift off his stuff, is what he has to do. He's got to lift. There we go. Going to lift off that starport. Lifting off the barracks and this factory would be good. He's waiting for the tank to finish, though. Can the tank live is the question. Pops out and does manage to get away. Oh, takes a tank shot. No, 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 don't stay there. Oh, where the heck did that tank fire come from? No, seriously, did you just took a shot from a tank? I don't know. That tank's not in siege mode. Maybe that's not what it was. Maybe I completely misinterpreted. Oh, counterattack from Cotolay. Coming on down from the north to the south. Try to get some damage done against his opponent here. Factory going to get repaired. Yes, going to get repaired. Barracks, real. You just don't want to lose your barracks for no reason, Cotolay. You can lift it off and move it, dude. Expanding here. Got a starport on fire as well, down into the right from his natural base. So he's okay. Losing that barracks was bad news, but a counterattack of Marines and a Cyclone going to show up at the front door of Wartorn and actually might get some stuff done here. Tank on the low ground for Cotolay in this natural base. And it's going to cause some problems here unless Wartorn's tank on the high ground can hit it from here. And barely can. No, barely can't. Is that really out of the range? I think it is. Meanwhile, Red Marines and a Cyclone here. SCV's forced to fight. I'm going to get a surround on the Cyclone. That's exactly what you want. Surround the Cyclone. But so many SCVs are dying. Oh my gosh, it's a massacre. And bow. Down to 14 SCVs. Marines fighting these SCVs as well. Not microing at all. And the SCVs might be able to hold this thing. No, they're not. There are not enough. There are not enough SCVs to do this thing. They're all going to die. The Marines not doing so well either. But tank on the high ground took care. What is that just? What are you getting? Oh, Planetary Fortress rocking that tank coming down the ramp. Cotolay's PF doing work. 2 Marines left for Cotolay. 3 SCVs remaining for Wartorn. And I think they're all... Oh, okay. So Wartorn set up at his opponent's main base. Tank Marines setting up here in the back corner of this natural base of Cotolay, going after this mineral line. Get out of there. Go over here to this base, dude. You don't. There you go. Getting out. Just abandoning it right now. This tank is doing super well. Cyclone going to try to get some damage off on that siege tank, and it could possibly get it. It's going to be a race. Look how much DPS. Oh, they get the tank right before the Cyclone dies. That's ginormous. That's a huge win for Cotolay here. Huge win for Cotolay. All right, so our blue Terran player still hanging out, but he's down 25 to 4 harvesters. This Planetary Fortress is getting rocked by this tank. Can he get rid of the tank is the question. I'm not entirely convinced that he can. A Banshee would be pretty nice, or a Liberator would be pretty good too. At least forcing units away. I think the PF might just die. Widowmines on the way from Cotolay here. This is pretty insane. Marines for Cotolay trying to clear out what's left of Wartorn inside his main base. Marines dropping at the mineral line here for Cotolay. They have medevac support though, which means they can heal through a lot of this damage pretty easily. Look at how much better they do with medevac support here. All these SCVs are going to die. Just a bad decision here from Cotolay. 2 harvesters to 8 now. Cotolay just lost pretty much everything. Planetary Fortress going to die. Widowmine's trying to burrow in places, but getting tank and marine fired too. So natural base gone. Another Widowmine going to pop out here for Cotolay. She's successful, says Cotolay, and that's it. Cotolay's defeated. Wartorn is your winner in that crazy little TVT. What a crazy little TVT that was. Wow, resources lost about 5,200 for Cotolay compared to 1,600 for Wartorn. That is efficient. 2 tanks, 22 SCVs lost, and a Marine. 1 Marine. On the other hand, Cotolay lost a Widowmine, 41 SCVs, 2 Cyclones, a tank, 3 Marines, a starport, an engineering bay, 2 barracks, a Planetary Fortress, sundry supply depots. Yeah. It worked. It wasn't pretty. At times it wasn't pretty, but it certainly worked. I love that he took the main base from his opponent. That is just a dominant move, is what that is. I'm sorry, Cotolay, you have been dominated. Okay, so that's going to be it for me, just with your little bonus mid-rank madness for today. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also subscribe by hitting another similar button. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. From order we find justice. Our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. I sense a soul. Soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. The path of ascension is before us. Guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul. In search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. Soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Kala rulas. Antheranos, Nasleran, Kinalatu. Casar di Templare, Daramanaka. to me.